Alright, Cadre. Number 3 of the week. Alright, so like I said before, today's shave is going to be new to me. And that is some Victory Shave Night Raid. I have not tried anything from Victory yet. But, you know, they recently became an official vendor of the Cadre, so I had to pick up a couple tins. It's definitely very inexpensive. I heard great things, so I'm looking forward to this. This one, the scent notes on this one is, what was it? Amber, Violet, and Woods. And it definitely, that's definitely what I get coming off of it. It smells really nice. I'm not going to say I could specifically pick out Violet, but there's definitely like a floral note to it, but it's not overpowering, but it's nice. Just at least off the puck. But you definitely get that kind of like darker, slightly floral, woodsy scent. It's definitely nice. I like it. Brush today. I always try to go synthetic for first use on a soap that's totally new to me. So, second anniversary TSC brush by Eric Sorrentino. And yeah, let's get this going here. I'm thinking I will most likely be doing a Barber Dave and fast forwarding through the last passes just because I don't know that I'm going to have that much to talk about after doing 2 videos previously this week already. So we shall see. But it is my Friday tonight and I will go back in on actual Monday for 4 days. After that, and that'll be day shifts. Alright, I think I'm gonna call that good. It's definitely on the harder side for artisan soaps. Like you can still kind of, you know, push into it with your finger a little bit, but it's not like soft necessarily. Water on the face. Proto lather for getting things going. Even the proto lather is pretty solid already. Nice. Smells coming through a little bit stronger now on the lather. Yeah, I like this. The scent a lot. It's nice. And for those that have not tried this soap before, it's just an olive oil base. And everything is kind of like World War II themed. So it's kind of cool like that. And then there was a comment from, I believe it was Dave in Kentucky, when I was doing like the Eucharist shave and the joke shave there. You know, they were tuning in because they always feel like my lathers are on the thinner side compared to what they would do. And then doing that with something that's notorious for just kind of vanishing anyway. They're really curious to see what was going to happen. And I was thinking about that. And I guess my lathers probably are a little on the thinner side for most people. And I think the reason for that is, at least in part, because I started my wet shaving journey straight away with straight razors. And my goal, and you know, granted, I was definitely trying to learn to build a good lather, but I also wanted to make sure it was really slick more than anything. And so I didn't really care if I pushed it just a smidge too far and ended up with a little bit thinner but wet and slick lather. I think that's carried over. I definitely don't, you know, tend to push totally past the water band or whatnot that often, but it's definitely starting to get a very nice lather going. But yeah, so I focus on slickness more than anything, and I don't really change my lather when I shave with a DE or an SE or something. I just built it like I would normally because I always wanted that slickness. And I know a lot of people talk about like cushion from a soap, and maybe it's because that's how I build my lathers, but I've never really fully understood that term. Like I get what they're saying, but for me personally, I've never really understood it, just because, you know, coming from a background of straight razors, which there's no such thing as a cushiony lather when you've got the blade directly on your face. It just is a point of reference that I don't really understand, I guess. And so it doesn't bother me if my lather comes out a little thinner, because if I can get a good smooth shave from that, I'm good. All right, that is a nice yogurty lather. Let's get this shave going. Today I'm going to be using my Friedrich Reynolds 7/8. Start here. Any of you guys ever heard of gurning? Apparently, oh, that's already got sponge. Old habits. So gurning is something I found out. It was apparently like this big competition where the whole point is to try to make the absolute ugliest face you possibly can. Which is kind of funny. And some of these people, what they can do with their face is like insane. I've seen people that they do something where it just basically looks like they've like swallowed their whole face into their mouth somehow. It's really weird. But I watched a few videos. And it kind of made me think that, you know, a large portion of us wet shavers are probably basically in training for that without realizing it, with all the weird stuff we do to stretch our skin. Get that good shave. So it's definitely entertaining for a little bit if you guys want to go check it out. Find it on YouTube and whatnot. If I remember correctly, it's spelled just like grin, but you flip the I and the R, so it's Gurn. Alright, so yeah, so far, definitely a nice soap. Good and slick, built a nice lather. Good first pass. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and speed things up from here, and I'll see you guys at the end. So yeah, like I said, Victor Shavings now an official Cadre supporting vendor. So Dale, thanks for that. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you. Make a great product. I like it. Beyond that, yeah, I'm so far behind on stuff because of just other stuff going on that I don't know what's happening on the Cadre right now, but there's always something going on, so come check us out if you haven't already. And we'll see how Cloud Factor goes again with the top today. Let's try just a smidge more. Alright. There we go. Alright, well, thanks for joining me, guys. Come check us out on the Cadre. I am UA Cowboy. Catch you guys later.